New tag team titles are reportedly set to make their debut any day now, so we'll see what's going on there. We'll also check out some more news for CM Punk, the Bloodline, and much more. Let's start things off with the reports about new tag team titles being on the way. Rumors of new tag team titles being on the way has been something they've been talking about since WrestleMania 39 season. And the talks about the new tag team titles really picked up even more when WWE started introducing the new women's titles in mid-2023. Fans thought that those new tag team titles would be introduced right around the same time period, but for whatever reason, that's not the case. And those rumors have really settled down ever since. But the rumors are once again picking up more life and momentum again after a very interesting report was released. A new report claims that before the October 16th edition of Raw, there was a title reveal segment that was rehearsed that allegedly featured the unveiling of these new WWE tag team titles. The rehearsal segment allegedly lasted for just around 30 minutes and featured a production assistant pulling the cloth off the new set of tag team titles. It was reported that two completely separate sets of tag team titles were tested. One pair of the tag team titles featured an all-gold design with black straps, and the other one was all-gold and silver design with one red strap and one blue strap. So they allegedly have multiple sets of titles that they're testing out and rehearsing with, but what still remains a mystery is if the undisputed tag team titles will be morphed into one set of titles, or if the titles will be split back up into two separate sets of titles. One set for Raw and one set for Smackdown, like the old days. That's the question that still remains unanswered, and no one appears to know what they're doing in that specific field for the titles. But what appears to be confirmed is that multiple new designs are ready to go and be used any day now. So the fact that they've got several designs ready to go and are already rehearsing with them is a good sign that these new tag team titles could be revealed in the very near future. It's been a roller coaster of news over the last few weeks for everything related to CM Punk, from CM Punk references flooding WWE television, to reports claiming that both sides were in talks, to other reports claiming that they've never been in talks. CM Punk news has just been all over the place recently. And like we touched on a few days ago, USA Network and their social media team appears to be getting in on the CM Punk references and trolling fans in their own unique way. We previously went over how USA Network commented on WWE's post of Nakamura hitting the GTS by leaving a message that said, "Best in the world." Well, the CM Punk related trolling from USA Network continued, with yet another comment from under a WWE post. Under a post of a photo containing Roman Reigns being seen in LA Knight's glasses, USA Network said, "Look in his eyes, what do you see?" Which is obviously a play on words from CM Punk's theme song, Cult of Personality. No one really is taking USA Network's comments as teasers or hints anymore, especially with how obvious they're being with it. So everyone is looking at their comments basically as USA Network trolling the fans that have been talking about all the CM Punk references that have been going on. But in other CM Punk related news, it's being reported that Impact Wrestling has allegedly reached out to CM Punk and has an offer on the table for him if he's interested in signing and working with them. It's unlikely that Punk would make that move though, because ever since him and AEW parted ways, it's been reported several times that CM Punk is only interested in making a WWE return. So the news and rumors surrounding CM Punk are still all over the place, but that's the latest there for that situation. Now let's jump back into some big developments for the Bloodline story. We see Jimmy Uso head into the Bloodline's locker room and he's bragging about being the reason why Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso lost the tag team titles so soon. Jimmy references the conversation he had with Roman the week prior about how Roman is the play caller and starting quarterback, while Jimmy is the second string backup. Jimmy brags about stepping up to the starter role since Roman wasn't there, and said that he was scoring touchdowns for the Bloodline. That all led to John Cena making his appearance and shining a light on the real stat that's pretty hard to believe. But John Cena has not won a television singles match since way back in 2018 against Triple H at the Greatest Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia. Cena teased retirement before turning the promo around and insisting that he will snap that 2,000+ day long streak he has going of no televised singles wins. John Cena wanted to have an open challenge match right there on Smackdown to end this streak, but he instead gets jumped by Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. So it looks like that whole segment was meant to set up a match for John Cena at Crown Jewel against one of those two Bloodline members. It'll either be John Cena versus Solo Sikoa or John Cena versus Jimmy Uso. And Cena has basically been heavily involved with both of them since returning in September. So it does make sense for his final farewell match of this run to be against one of them. And judging by the direction of the story, it seems like John Cena will be picking up the win against whoever he faced at Crown Jewel to end that streak. John Cena's last advertised appearance of this run so far is reportedly Crown Jewel. But considering there's been no resolution for the actor strike, fans are still wondering if that could lead to a little extension for John Cena's current WWE run. So we'll have to wait and see for more answers on that. But also, during that same segment, Jey Uso appeared to attack Jimmy and look for retribution for Jimmy costing him and Cody the tag team titles earlier in the week on Raw. And it also seemed like WWE is once again enforcing brand split rules as well. Usually, a Raw or Smackdown superstar can show up on whatever brand they want with no real repercussions. And a lot of fans always joke about why is there even a brand split if it's never enforced. But things definitely changed this week. Security brought Jey Uso, who was trespassing, straight to Nick Aldis's office, and Nick gave Jey a $10,000 fine and kicked both Jey and Adam Pearce out of the building. Adam Pearce had one of the biggest lines of the night when he told Nick to let the games begin, a clear reference to War Games. So judging by that segment right there, it looks like Survivor Series 2023 will be a mix of the two most popular themes that the event has seen. It will be brand supremacy, Raw versus SmackDown, but it'll also be War Games themed at the same time. So it's a really nice gesture to WWE to combine the two themes. The conversation about Survivor Series all year long has been the topic of which theme will the show stick with, and they decided to do both at the same time. Of course, it's way too early for official War Games teams to be announced, but it looks like we can most definitely assume that Jey Uso will be in War Games on behalf of Raw, and Jimmy Uso will be in War Games on behalf of SmackDown. So Jimmy and Jey will be able to get their hands on each other during that match, but it'll still be building up towards their big one-on-one match that fans still expect to see to go down at WrestleMania 40. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.